We're going to move on to another film that I actually just saw recently, and I was very pleasantly surprised by it, and I wanted to talk about it, and that is The Last Stop in Yuma County. This film was directed by Francis Galluppi, if we're pronouncing that correctly. They've just been selected to direct a new Evil Dead film, and so I was curious, and I heard about this film on the festival circuit, and I was like, I'm going to check this out. I want to watch this. It's very good, and it's a very low-budget independent film, and I was really enthralled by the story. It kind of is a sequence of events playing out in real time, essentially. Yes and no. And basically the crux and the plot of the movie is there's this gas station that's out of gas, but it's connected to a diner. So when people come up and try to get gas, they sit in the diner as they wait for the gas truck to get there, which is supposed to be coming any minute. But two people who have just robbed a bank also end up there. And so they're sitting in the diner and trying to hope that no one finds out that they're there as more people come in, as people start to interact with everybody and find out more about people and wait.
Yeah.
It's kind of just this ticking time bomb of, will that gas truck come? Will they get out of here? Will someone say something? What's going to happen? And I think the tension building was done exceptionally well. And a lot of the performances are really, really great. Some of them are better than others. Like, there are some actors who are just operating on another level than other actors. But overall, like, you buy everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I highly recommend the movie. I don't know if it's for a PVOD yet, but it is a great independent film. There's one practical explosion that's so fucking awesome, and I feel like a lot of the budget went into that, and honestly, good. Good decision. It was very well done.
Is it a type of movie where you're rooting for the people who robbed the bank
So
to get out? Like, sort of or are you just sort of watching you're just thrown into this event and like, here's what's happening, follow along.
what I liked about it is who you're rooting for kind of keeps shifting.
Okay.
Like, as you find out more about a person that you were rooting for, you're like, oh, I actually don't want them to get out of it. Like, I don't want them to end up okay. And then you learn about these people and you're like, oh, I want them to get out okay. And there are some people that you always hate and always love, and you hope good or bad things don't happen to them. But there is like a shifting perspective on who you think deserves to get out safely.
Okay.
And how it plays out that way, which I thought was very interesting and well done.
So as you said before too, right? The director was chosen to make a new Evil Dead movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see elements in it as to like why he was chosen, or do you think it was sort of he was at an event, someone saw it and was like, "Hey, that was really good," and he goes, "Oh, if you think that's good, Evil Dead producer, hear my Evil Dead movie."
Well, I mean, you always got to be like that when you go to these events. But what I saw in it was one, tension building, like masterful tension building and suspense.
Is this his first feature?
That's a great question. I would have to double check.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that while I'm speaking.
Yeah.
But what I saw that would make like a really great Evil Dead movie personally was a sense of character. And like when I mentioned the shifting perspectives earlier, and like, who do I trust? Who do I like?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that is an element to an Evil Dead film that's not seen a whole lot. And bringing that, like, if you really had this protagonist and then suddenly halfway through the movie, you were like, I'm not sure if I like this protagonist. Like, picture like the Justin Long character in Barbarian, where he's a bad person. But as the movie plays out, you're like, oh, maybe he's just a victim of circumstance. And then you're reminded at the end of the movie, like, oh, nope, he's a piece of shit. Like, but kind of like how you're...
Things fluctuate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought the handling of that was incredibly well done. And bringing that to an Evil Dead film, I think, would be very, very interesting, for sure.
So character and tension, which
yes,
I feel like is what a horror movie needs.
Yes, and it looks like this is his first feature. He had some shorts and music videos before this.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, I really like The Last Stop in Yuma County. Highly recommend it. A very fun, independent movie that has amazing suspense and like a very niche little visual world. And yes, please seek it out. Again, I have no idea if it's available anywhere, but seek it out, watch it. I'm sure it'll be streaming for free sometime in the next few months. I really enjoyed this movie.
I will definitely be checking it out.
Yes, 100%.